There is absolutely no secret about the fact that Muhammad Ali, or Cassius Clay as you will, has become one of the most controversial personalities in this entire country. It remains, however, co-equally a fact that the heavyweight champion of the world is an integral part of the whole wide world of sport. And he proved it all over again this past Tuesday night in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens when he successfully defended his heavyweight crown against George Chuvalo. And so, Muhammad, we welcome you back to Wide World of Sport.
Thank you, Howard. I'm very glad to be here.
And what we're going to do is, as we did after the Patterson bout, we're going to analyze out together, but you in the main, the bout against Chuvalo. So I'd like you to swing around, and I shall do likewise as we just observe how this bout was covered. For instance, the greatest sports journalists in the world, Arthur Daly, syndicated columnist of the New York Times. There's Jimmy Breslin of the Herald Tribune. Jesse Abramson, also of the Tribune. And finally, Walter Red Smith, the great syndicated columnist. This is an amazing thing we're about to see, Muhammad. The staring battle that'll be coming up. Tell us why you did it and what you were really doing.
Well, I just like to look my opponent in the eye and concentrate on winning the fight. And it's just a thing that I do.
You actually think you can scare a man?
Not really, but I can look right through him and just about figure out what he's going to do, and I could see that this was going to be a tough fight, and it later proved to be. As soon as the fight started, I knew that the fella's tough because Floyd Patterson couldn't knock him out, and Eddie Terrell hit and ran for about 15 rounds. He couldn't knock him out, and he's never been down, so I knew he was tough.
By this point in the fight, did you feel that your control of him was sure?
Well, yes, in a way. But you never can tell what can happen in a heavyweight fight. He could butt me, or he could hit me low, or I could get cut. Anything could happen.
You seem to have been occupying your mind with his unorthodox tactics.
That's right. I was throwing a lot of body punches, but most of them hitting the side of my arms. And a few low blows, too. But I had a good piece of protection on, and that's the only thing that really saved me.
Here's where you begin to tag him with flurry upon flurry. Remember this?
Right. But he's still standing. He wouldn't go. I had to give it to him. Me, myself, Howard, I don't believe I could take the punishment. If a man beat me like that, I believe I'll just have to quit. But he could take it.
That was the end of round 3, and you threw that disdainful motion at him.
Well, I was a little angry at all of those low blows he was throwing, and no one saying nothing, and it is illegal, and the referee and all the crowd of 14,000, no one booing him for it.
Let's take a look at some of the slow motion, stop, freeze, and straight fluid action in a montage of low blows. This is the second round.
Man, he's hit me behind.
Did you feel that one?
Well, I felt all of them, really, but nothing was serious enough to stop him.
We're in the third round. Some ringsiders felt that as many as 11 to 14 low blows were landed in this round consecutively.
He just threw 2 low ones, but they were to the side, but they were low, side of my leg. He figured he could do more damage, I imagine, by punching low, so that's what he did.
Moving up later in the fight, this is round 7. And there's the stop action.
Yes, that was a low blow.
Did you hear referee Silvers at any time warn Chuvalo?
No, I can't remember hearing him.
And you, I repeat, made no complaints at any time?
At one time, at the beginning of the fight, I let him know that he was hitting me low, but it didn't do no good. But the referee should have said something. It is a foul in boxing. It's a dangerous part to hit a man. And I just figured that they would do something about it soon, but he never did.
Round 11 coming up, Muhammad. Now you're getting close to the longest you've ever gone in a bout before this one, which was 12.
Right, 12 was the limit, but 15, this was a new experience.
How tired were you here?
Well, how I would say the ninth round, felt real tired, but after the ninth round, I got what we call a second win in sports, and the 14th and 15th, I was tired, but I found extra strength to pull me through because so much was riding on me winning, and once you lose, that's it.
Now the viewers are going to get a chance to see just how mashed up Chuvalo's face has become. His eyes are now mere slits, which I'm sure you're well aware of. Well, that's the end of round 11, which was clearly dominated by you. And again, people are saying the man can't punch. How could you knock out Liston in one round and not knock this man?
I would call it, Liston helped me because he ran right into the punch. Boxing is funny. Floyd Patterson beat Chuvalo, and then I played with Floyd, and this is why people figured I would just have it easy with Chuvalo, but you see I didn't. And boxing is like that.
But you think you can punch?
Well, if I have to. I really didn't have the proper time to beat the heavy bags like I wanted to.
You had never gone more than 12, as we've noted before. Did you think about this in the corner before the 13th, 14th?
Well, yes, I was conscious of it. Many people were saying that if the fight went 12, Chuvalo would just about kill me in the last 3 because I've never gone that far, and that at the time I fought Patterson in the 12th round, I was dead tired. And then they said when I fought Patterson, if it goes over 7, he would beat me because at 7 with Liston, I wanted to quit. I think this only proves that beyond a shadow of a doubt that I'm able to go a full 15 rounds. And if a champion can't go 15, then he's not really a champion.
Mm-hmm. And here we go, champ, with round 15. Referee still standing.
Yes, you know, he's shaking his legs. He's kind of old there, you know. He's getting to work out himself.
All right, you're thinking as you began this final round.
Yeah, I just hit him with the right cross and a left hook, another left jab, and he just missed the hook. He missed another hook.
You're trying to show that you're not tired.
Well, you have to look impressive because the judge are watching. And I was a little tired. I was really tired, but professionals have a way of making it look like they're not. And you see him hitting me low but behind. And the next time I fight George, if we do have a rematch, I'm going to have a protection cup made twice this thick.
He's going to need protection for his right eye. Look at the way it's bleeding
Well,
there.
it's just natural, but it's nothing really serious. Right now, I was saying to myself, this is the toughest man in the world.
It's amazing the way he keeps coming in at you with that face as pulpy as it is.
Yeah, some lady, I understand, saw George come out of the ring. He had a few bruises. She said, my gosh, that Chuvalo is tough. And her husband said, no, that Muhammad Ali is the tough one.
Yeah. Well, it's over now. I want to get to the question of the low blows again with the referee in the ring immediately after the bout. You haven't seen this interview.
Did you talk to the referee?
Yes, sir. We're going to see it right
I'm
after.
anxious to see what he had to say.
We'll see it in just a minute.
All right, it's just been announced, a unanimous decision for Muhammad Ali. He retains his heavyweight championship of the world. This is referee Jackie Silvers. Jackie, how many times during the fight did you warn George Chuvalo for hitting low blows?
Well, knowing the kind of a fighter that George is, and knowing that's the only way that you're going to have something for your money, if it doesn't hurt the guy, I ignore it. See, if it's a kind of a punch, a going away punch, but it hits the guy low, it doesn't mean a thing. You know what I mean? But when he did, I'd say I must have warned him three times anyway, maybe possibly 4.
But you are implicitly saying that many low blows were struck that you ignored.
That's right. That's true. Well, I mean, they were thrown, and of course, as Muhammad was moving away, they landed low, which actually is not a low blow in the true sense of the word. I mean, I'm talking about a punch that is sent deliberately to hit low, three times. But there was a lot of punches that Muhammad was moving, and he was thrown to the belly, and it landed a little bit low, which is actually. Very, very unimportant if you want to see something for your money.
You didn't feel that Chuvalo's whole tactic was to strike low blows with continuity?
No, definitely not.
Well, now you know what the referee was thinking about, Muhammad.
That's right. Now, I noticed you defend me pretty well. I'm going to thank you for it.
No, that was a reporter asking the questions that we felt had to be asked at the time. Now I've got to ask you questions. I've got to ask you, first of all, about your personality. You seem strangely subdued. You trying to create a whole new image?
I mean, what do you mean by subdued?
Quiet,
Well,
not
I've
outspoken,
said-
not making a lot of noise.
I've said many of times and in the past that I'm just not campaigning like I used to, saying I am the greatest, I'm this, I'm that, he's going to fall in this round, that round. The atmosphere is not right for it. I'm the champion now, and there's no need for it. I've said that many of times.
Do you really want to fight Cooper next?
Well, probably Henry Cooper or Brian London or Terrell if he can get out of the little trouble he's in.
Mm-hmm.
But whoever offers the most money, that's the main thing, the money.
You don't seriously regard Cooper or London as worthy opponents.
Well, I believe they are. I told the people that George Chuvalo would probably go 15 rounds. He would give me a tougher fight than Liston, Patterson, and Terrell, I believe. And as you see, he did. And I couldn't knock him out.